Yo. I decided to make a video about Red Light Raid. I really like this mode. It's really enjoyable. Really enjoyable. I got the 20th anniversary collection and I want to 100% platinum those games again. Of course, I want to play Kwame 2 in 60 frames per second. And, playing Zero again, Director's Cut, experience new cutscenes, even though people don't like them. But, it's a new way of me experiencing Zero again, even though it's very much the same game. But I only played like an hour or so, and then of the main story, and then I was just wanting to try this out. And, man, this mode is brilliant. It's not something that I'm expecting so much from, because Yakuza isn't a game that's typically a multiplayer game anyway. So it's not something that I'm like, oh, add more levels and add this and that. It's interesting because it actually says complete the main story to unlock more characters or whatever, but it seems like this has offered everything. I mean, I've done everything that this game possesses. I've unlocked all the characters, I've upgraded all of them. And in this run I play as Nishiki. He's actually the first character I unlocked because I thought, I want to play as Nishiki. He's not the best character, but he's pretty fast and he's pretty simple. And he actually works. And if you use him in heat, then he can do a lot of damage as well. As much like any character can do, but he can do it quite well because his moves are very fast and just easy to put out. He does do this thing where he does his kick and then he kind of goes back, but you can kind of build a little momentum doing that when you kind of get the gist of it all. Yeah, he's not, like I said, the easiest to do this final mission with if you're trying to, make money and go up the leaderboards. You play Kiryu Beast, you play Majima Breaker, you play Kashwagi is brilliant. You can really rush down the opponent and hit them when they're down. Health isn't obviously, the best, but health isn't too much of an issue if you kind of know the levels and how to play and how to play it with heat and when to use your heat and all of these aspects. But I just wanted to show this run with this playthrough with Nishiki and just talk about this mode and just what I like about it. I like being able to run through all the missions. You do this mission, the last one, over and over again, and it can get kind of boring. And in terms of finding people to play with, you can find people to play with that will play this. Sometimes there's this weird thing where an enemy might teleport kind of like they're in front of you and then they go across the map. It's not really a thing that you experience when you're playing it like I am with the CPU. I mean, once you've leveled up all the characters as well, I do want to also add to level up every character to level 5. I'm sitting there looking at the moves. To level up every character to level 5, you want to basically just keep leveling up every character, literally, as many times as possible, as many characters as you can, to the highest levels they can get to, and eventually everyone will just be level 5. Because there was a guide that was saying to play as every character at least once. That's not true. I did that and it's not true. You just have to try and max out all the characters. You don't have to max them. I think you have to do it a certain number of times. Not every character has to be maxed, because I certainly had level 5 before I maxed out every character. But yeah, I'm just sitting there looking at his moveset, even though I pretty much know it, but I was just thinking, is there anything I can do to better my Nishiki? But yeah, this mode, it's great. It's really great to just be able to play through all these characters. This is something that I would love if they added in future Yakuza games. I mean, God, it would be another layer of completion having to play this mode and unlock all the characters and max them out. But it's quite a fun mode, and it's a good idea of them to try this kind of mode. When I first saw it, I didn't pay much attention to it or care for it. But looking back at it now, this is really fun. This is really fun. This guy's annoying. He can be annoying because he kind of dashes out of the way a lot. If you try to take him on 1v1, because I did try to play this game without the CPUs, it's not so easy because he keeps moving around everywhere. But if you've got your guys with you, then yeah, you can batter him into a corner. This one, there's kind of a few bosses, but it's not too hard. Again, Nishiki, like I said, very fun to play. He doesn't have the best health, he doesn't have the high strength, and to be honest, I don't even know if he's really meant to be played on this mission, because he's not one of your CPUs that you get, which makes me feel like he's not really meant to be for this mission. There's power levels to this, you know. It's not like everyone's balanced. There's stronger characters, there's weaker characters, but I'm able to do it with Nishiki. And I think he is pretty good, Nishiki. Even though he doesn't seem like the strongest on paper, but maybe it's just because I like Nishiki. But yeah, I was doing a bunch of commentaries on a few Yakuza videos, and just discussing the future of the series, where the future of the series is gonna go. What I think about the series, where it's going. And yeah, I played the demo recently of Kiwami 3, and I really like the gameplay of him in there. I like the story of where they're going with him. Just because it's going back to more of that crime story that I like. And just like him trying to get into the Yakuza. It's interesting. I mean, visually it looks, they've gone for that kind of filter, the green filter with Yakuza 1 2, kind of gives that 2000s feel. The daytime filter, or like the daytime color scheme, it looks a little oversaturated, overblown. I don't know if they're going to do anything about that, but it doesn't look as more realistic as Yakuza 3 looks, even, and that's a way older game. But playing this mode makes me also think about the fighting. The fighting in the new Yakuza games are good. Ragdoll physics are cool, but these games, this engine, it feels hard hitting. It feels hard hitting. It does. In a way that the Dragon Engine games don't feel. Like, your attacks feel like you know what your buttons are doing. You know what your attacks are doing. You know what your follow through is gonna be. Sometimes it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't feel like that as cleanly as it feels like that with these games, with 5, with 0, with Kiwami 1. But yeah, it would be interesting if they did add a mode like this Dragon Engine style mode, especially with ragdoll physics. It would be a lot of fun, I think. And I think that this mode, this has a lot of promise. It does, to do more of it. I just think you can't just like make a mode and then just try something out. You can try something out and then move and do something else. Yakuza's not really an online type of game, but you can build on this. You can build on this. It doesn't seem like it requires too much effort. They put the game, they put the bosses that you go against, the way they're programmed to move. It's really cool to see how you go against these bosses and then you see how their movesets work. How the game works, how it's built, how guard breaks work, how everything works. It really does make you understand the intrinsic nature of the fighting in this game, the mechanics behind it. So from a mechanical standpoint, it's just cool, and being able to play as the characters that you fight against in the main campaign, main storyline. We love to get a Nishiki Gaiden, but it's cool to play as him right now, as it is. Or Kuz Gaiden even, Kuz is pretty fun to play as well. I like the final boss of Zero. Again, the name's just Shibusa. Like, to play as him, he's really powerful. I mean, he can do like these hooks, so he just keeps doing it over and over again to a crowd. Awano, if I'm saying it correctly, is also really a great character, because he just is a simple fight style. He's got good health. He can batter through people. He's really good. I like his character. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else, really. I mean, yeah, there's only certain fighting styles worth trying. Some of these other non-main like, you know, these other characters in the game that you may come across, or they're just like little side characters. They're not particularly powerful, but they might have some cool gimmicks or things to try out. Yeah, they're not too bad. This challenge, well, 6 specifically, it's different from the others because obviously the others are 15. This is goes up to 18, and you know, sometimes even though you've played this over and over again, there can be some BS. Like Awano, he's very powerful. He's very powerful. If he gets in heat and he starts landing punches on you, he can really take down your health like really quickly. Same thing with the assassin, right? He can also scratch your health away literally in like a few seconds. So you do have to make sure you're in heat, but you can still take damage in heat, and then you gotta make sure that they drop health bars or something. You just gotta make sure you attack at the right points in time, and be careful how you attack, because even if a run goes well, you can be screwed. But yeah, generally if you're keeping an eye on picking up health, picking up heat, activating your heat, usually as soon as you can, really, because it builds up pretty fast. But there are times when maybe you should hold out and keep your heat. But like here, I'm activating my heat, and then I want to go after the guy in purple, ideally. Sorry, I think I'm building up my heat here, I should say. I'm not too sure, yeah. Now I can activate it. But I want to activate on this guy, take out the purple guy first, and use my heat on him. He has the most health, and then the other guys will be easier to take out. I've just done 3 commentaries back to back now, so I'm pretty tired making this. But I just thought I may as well. It's cool to see a Nishiki run. Yeah. Kiwami 3, the demo was pretty fun to play. I'm looking forward to the game. I do know some spoilers for the main story, but I don't really care. I'm still going to enjoy the games. I'm not going to let anyone tell me any different of how I need to enjoy these games, and you should enjoy these games the way you want to enjoy these games. Forget the internet noise that you hear about, you know, boycotting this game and that game. Just play it. Yeah, I have some issues with maybe the series of where it could be going, but these games are still really fun to play. And what developer pumps out games like this? A lot of developers could learn from RGG in terms of reusing assets, because that's what games used to do back in the day. Now we're in a problem where we have to have remakes because we're not getting new games, new content, and here they're giving you the best of both worlds. I mean, they're giving you remakes and really are reimagining the games, which I like in Yakuza's case, because I think it works well, because Yakuza is kind of like an open world in a sense, or more like a sandbox, whatever you want to call it. It gives you an area, and so you can do a little bit more, because you got mini games and stuff, and you can change that. And you know, it's not like, oh, we have to be faithful to the original mini games. You know, you can do things with the Kiwami games. It's a Kiwami, it's extreme, it's different. It's different from a typical remake. These guys that stab you are annoying, but so are the guys that shoot you as well. You don't really want to get caught up in that loop. But yeah, the Kiwami games are like that. And then we've got the new Yakuza games. Then we've got a spin-off, which was meant to be with Judgment, but then the whole Taki Kimura thing happened. So now Stranger Than Heaven is kind of their spin-off series. You know, where they'll continue to beat 'em up. I'm guessing, yeah, because obviously 7 and 8, Ichiban sagas, you know, different style of gameplay. But yeah, now we're starting to get to the, you know, the end area of Yakuza 0 for Kidu. So now we're starting to get to that now. This area isn't too hard, apart from the guys that shoot. You just want to take them out, because they can be a little bit annoying. But yeah, I pretty much said everything I've had to say today. I don't know, been talking about a lot of Yakuza. A lot of Yakuza. And I don't know. You can tell me your thoughts about what you think about the Yakuza series right now. I know people have issues with delisting and the Kagawa situation and all of that. I don't pay attention to those things because they don't affect me personally. You know? That character that Kagawa plays. Again, I really wish I should really ought to have my phone with me right now. Let me see if I have my tablet. That character is pretty much cursed. I mean, he was played by a guy that had a very controversial past, and now he has someone else playing him that has a very controversial past. Yeah, I have to. There's so many characters in this game that I have to. Hamazaki again. The name slipped my head. Go Hamazaki. Maybe because I'm not used to saying it, but reading it. But Hamazaki is like, he's that character that's meant to be a scumbag. To me, it doesn't bother me if a guy who's a scumbag is playing him because I don't want to like his character anyway. But spoilers. He's meant to join the Daidoji after, so I don't know how that affects Kiwami 4. I should say Yakuza 4. There may be a Kiwami 4 where Yakuza 4 he basically ends up being with Saejima in jail. And that kind of gave him a redemption arc, which I liked for that character. But the guy's a scumbag anyway. The character's a scumbag or whatever. Like, now it's... I don't know, man. He don't die and he survives, supposedly. And they put them in the Daidoji. How would they can bring them back whenever they want? Now, where's the justice in all this, you know what I mean? Where is the justice in all this? At least in 4, he kind of redeemed himself and then dies or whatever. It's just... I don't know what they're doing, the franchise, from a narrative sense, where the long-term plan is, if there is a long-term plan, but they're making it out as if there is, based on what Yokohama is saying regarding Free. But yeah, I'm just looking at Hamazaki and his fate in 4. Because it's been a while since I played the game. But yeah, he does die. He gets a redemption arc, and now it just feels like they just want the characters to survive so that they can bring them back for some inevitable ultimate showdown where they have everyone from the franchise. Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to build this up for the 30th anniversary. I know they said something about the 20th anniversary being celebrated over 2 years. I think Yokohama said that, so I'm not sure if that's what he means. He really wants to do something grand by bringing as many Yakuza characters back as possible. People don't like that though. But if this is a one-off thing, then fair enough, it's a one-off thing. You know, if they're all gonna have grand deaths in some way, then fine. But you know, respect the people that are playing these stories. Respect your audience, you know? Don't just keep cheating them out like that. These games are meant to be crime stories at the end of the day. In crime, people, you know, die. And here I nearly get taken out as Nishiki, but he saves me. I decide to avoid going against Lao Gu, and just trying to basically get some health bar and take out these guys in the corners. They're very dangerous. Look how the hell I survived that. They could be aiming somewhere, but yet they still shoot you. You need to quickly get that guy out before he gets a bullet on you. Again, I use heat because I know I can't get taken out in heat. And thankfully, some health gets dropped. I pick it up. You can see playing as Nishiki is not the easiest thing to do. And then you've got some of my CPU trying to take some health for themselves. This one's not too bad as long as you've got all your guys with you. This is not too bad. You don't get caught by Awano's punches, and Shibusa with his dragon stuff as well. That's his punches, his hooks. They can be dangerous because he's pretty easy. I usually take him out first, but I think this one I don't know if I take Awano out first because I don't want to get caught by his punches. But yeah, taking all these guys out is pretty simple. Yakuza. Anyone looking forward to Gang of Dragon? I'm looking forward to Ganga Dragon because I just want to see Nagoshi, make something that is authentic. And you're playing as a Korean, which is quite interesting for the series. I think that's cool. I think about games where I played someone of Chinese descent, like Sleeping Dogs or True Crime Streets of LA, and then playing as a Japanese character, Kazuma Kiryu, and then playing as a Korean. It'd be cool to play as a Korean. That'll be different. That representation for different cultures. Within the Asian spectrum, it's cool. So yeah, I'd like to see that Korean side. I don't know how it's going to tie into. If there's going to be any inside type of stuff, with Ganga Dragon, because it's very much in Kamurocho, in that area, Kabukicho. So yeah, we'd have to see. God, hey, even Kuz is freaking laying it down on me. But yeah, one of my CPUs, ironically a Kuz, has been taken out. Yeah, doing it with Nishiki is not something that I would want to do all the time. For this run, I was pretty proud to do it as Nishiki, but yeah, he's not the easiest character to do it with. And look, my CPUs, my CPUs are getting destroyed. They are getting destroyed. I don't know how I was able to do this, but heat is clearly powerful. And you can see I'm screwed here. I do not know how I survive. I know I'm screwed, but I just grab that heat and I'm gonna bust it out and use it. I know Wano's weak because you can see he's done, so I'm gonna go out and take him out. But you can see I'm screwed, by the way. That Shibusawa, I should say. I've been probably saying his name wrong because I couldn't see it. Shibusawa is taking me out, and here I'm just running around because I know I've got time. I know my heat's gonna recharge as long as I keep moving. It does that. You characters, whether it's punching or running, like Beasto, he's slow. But Nishiki is fast, thankfully. So I'm just running around in a loop so I can get my heat. Because I know I can't beat him without heat. I'm going to get taken out as well, since he could lay down his punches on me. See, he kicks, anything that he does. And even here, I'm scared. Because, he could go. But you see, he does a kick or he does a move that really puts me down. But yeah, that's my Nishiki run. And thanks for watching.